Hello and welcome. This is Ashish Aswal, MSc in Data Analytics student at National College of Ireland. And today I will walk you through the project for module Data Warehousing and Business Intelligence. As an ardent video games player, I decided to do my project in gaming. I used Kimball's bottom-up approach and star schema as they best suited the requirements for my project. As the primitive step of any data warehousing project, we need to first gather the data. For this project, I have three different data sources, two structured and one unstructured. The first being the IGN website. I used a Python code to scrape data from this website. This is all the data that is being generated from the website using the Python code. There are more than 18,000 records in this table. The next dataset was collected from Kaggle. This is a dataset of games having sales more than 100,000 copies. This table also had around 16,000 records. For the final unstructured data, I referred to Twitter for Twitter sentiments and used an R code to create a sentiment score for the games that will be used in the case studies later. With data in place, let us begin the implementation of the project. We first go to SQL Server Management Studio and create a database and all the tables. Here we can see that I've already created a database gaming and I've already created tables with the dimensions and the fact. After completing this step, we can go to SSIS, that is the SQL Server Integration Services. Here we can see the workflow diagram which shows the script will start with truncating tables, loading the dimensions, and then finally loading the fact table. Let us start the process. Here you can see the script has already started. Truncating tables step has been completed. Dimensions are being populated. The package execution completed with success. We can see that we have completed all the steps in SSIS. After this step, we go to SSAS, the SQL Server Analysis Services. This is the star schema. This is the fact table and these are the dimensions. Each fact table is connected to dimensions using a foreign key and each dimension have their own primary key. I've already created the data source views and the dimensions used for the project. Let us try and deploy the cube. Here we can see the build is succeeded and deployment succeeded, which means the deployment of the cube in the data warehouse is successful. After this step, we can use the data for reporting, and for reporting purposes, I've used Tableau as my reporting software. We will import the cube we just deployed on the database into this software. Here we can see that we have already imported the cube into the Tableau software. We can proceed with the case studies. The first case study I want to talk about is the comparison of platforms with the sales, as in which platform has been successful with the sales over the years. Is it the console based platforms or PCs or maybe the handheld platforms? Here we can see that the console-based platforms, especially PS2, generated maximum sales ever in the video game industry. And even in the recent years, only the console-based platforms are generating revenues, especially for the PS4, that is the latest generation platform from Sony. Hence, we can conclude that console-based platforms were successful than other platforms. The next case study was the comparison of genre with sales. As I've chosen sale as my grain, I've already compared platforms with sales. Now I am comparing the genre. Here we can see that action genre has created more sales than any other genres. For the final case study, I've compared the critic score and sentiment score over sales. As we can see that more the critic score, more the sales. while the sentiment score doesn't really affect the sales of the games. To complement this, I conducted a statistical test over the same variables. I conducted a Pearson correlation test, and here we can see that sales is directly proportional to critic score with a score of 0.259. That means if the critic score is higher, the sales is higher, while it is negatively proportional to sentiment score. But the value of the Pearson correlation score is 0.008, which is very insignificant. So the sentiment score doesn't really have any effect on sales, while the critic score does have the effect on sales. Thank you for watching.